Hello and welcome to our Samoan language tutorial, tape number 3. Today we're looking at the possessive pronoun, but there's always a problem with possessive pronoun because there are O pronouns and there are R pronouns. And the question is, which noun which is which? Because ever since I was a language instructor for Peace Corps in Samoa, that's mid 1982 to early 1983, that was the first time I was confronted with that question. And since then, it's one thing to know, it's naturally, but it's another thing to explain why. So since then, I've been struggling and I've been, milling over it for some time. But today, I'm happy to share this with you, my theory. And this is me, Tautala Sofa Aleava, and this is my theory. And we'll start with the Samoan existence. See, Samoans see the value in each other. The other person is more important than I am. So each Samoan carries the honorifics of his or her ancestors, and that creates an atmosphere of respect among Samoans. Each person is sacred within his or her physical being. And that's why we're taught from a young age to be respectful. So, to say too low when you walk, around people or near people and things like that. I've often heard when I was young, Matais talk this way. When a Matai visits from maybe another island or came by bus to see somebody, I would hear the host saying, "Yeah, fiumaya, yeah, lau fioma, malo o luava e taula mai ngā tai." He says, "Welcome indeed, highly respected one. With your boat being anchored at sea, that's across from here or close to here. The word they use for your boat in Samoan, lo olua va'a, that's two people, but you're addressing one person. The pronoun is olua, which is the two of you. And there's also another one that I often heard. O fea a lua fio iai. O fea a lua fio iai. Where are you two heading? Now, there's just one person, but the question is, where are you two going? I've asked my father about that, and he says, "Oh, I'm addressing the person and the dignity that he carries." And the answer would normally along this line: Vaiatulo fitalema o te aruatu iapia. With due respect to your orator title, I'm going to appear. So he's not only addressing the person who's asking, but he's also addressing that which the person holds, the honorifics that he has. So here's my theory: everything which affects or pertaining the sacred being within the physical is an O noun, and all things limited to outer physical and external are R nouns. So O, as in lo'u, and lo'u is my, and lo is your, and a, as in lau, which is my, and lau, which is your. Pronouns. Change the pronoun from lo'u to o'u. O'u is more, more than two. Lo'u is just one. O'u is when you have two or more objects. And the same as la'u, it becomes a'u. And lo becomes o, and lau becomes au. Uh, so here are some examples, and let's just see if you can see the difference, all right? So I'm going to try and incorporate some of our pronouns in these examples. First example is fale, which is house. The person who lives in the house would say, my house, my house. O lo'u fale lea, this is my house. The person who built the same house, will look at it and say, o la'u fale. That means I built it, but he's not living in it. And we can look at the photographer. The photographer takes a picture. He looks at the picture and he says, oh, ola wata, meaning I took it. But the person whose image is on the picture, it says, olo wata. That's a picture of me. So it's a olo hata, lo wata. Photographer, la'uata. Builder, la'ufale. The dweller or the owner, lo'ufale. Beard is aba. So I say, o la'u aba, and hair, lo'u laulu. Aba, not really important, but laulu was really important to the Samoans. The men used to have long hair. And there's a kuinga, which is the headpiece that is worn by many females and males. And it's an extension of the hair. Vainu. Vainu is my drink of water. La'u vainu, compare that to vaita'ele, where my being would be submerged in it. Vaita'ele. Lo'u vaita'ele. Yeah, there's a song that we often heard. Lo'u vaita'ele wole lava. The wati mama, the most of the decorations that we wear, jewelry. If it's not on our ears, then it's a'u, la'u mama, la'u wati, um, la'u taulima. And compare those to pulo, the hat. It goes over your head. Your head is sacred. And then se'evai, which carries your whole being. And those are all nouns. It's lo'upulo, lo'usevai. And ie, material, which is just a piece of material, a piece of fabric. I say, o la'u ie. But when it comes to the one that we wear, as the lava lava or sarong, it's lo'u ie. Ofutino, lo'u ofutino, my shirt. Lo'u mitiafu, there's a t-shirt or a polo shirt. It's lo'u because they clothe my being. So la'u fale'ie, it's the tent. But when you talk about your shelter, then lo'u apitanga, it's o. Ta'avale, it's a. Ta'avale, lana ta'avale. And then when that person, the third person we're referring to here, is at a party and calls for a ride, that ride arrives especially for him. Awala. Fusinga, my dressing on the wound. La'u fusinga. The wound itself is lo'u, lo'u manua, my injury. Vaila'au is medicine. La'u vaila'au. Lo'u ma'i, lo'u tonga fitinga, my sickness and my treatments. Tamatama. Now, this is a tricky one. The mother would says, my tamatama or la'u tamatama, my boy son. And also when it comes to the girl, she says, o la'u tamatene, my girl child. While the father takes the son and he says, lo'uatali, my son. And the daughter is lo'uafafine, my daughter. What's the difference? I'm, I'm thinking of this, it's going to be weird, but let's think of the woman as a womb that churns and nurtures and produces this child. So when the child comes out, the womb or the mother looks at it, oh, tamatama. While the father takes it and he says, oh, my son. And the same thing with the girl. Let's look at my wife and my husband. La'uava, la'utane. And when it comes to to'alua, lo'u to'alua, my spouse, to'alua means two people. The one who makes two of us, who makes us two, meaning my partner in life. My friend, la'uo. Uso, lo'u uso. My brother or my sister. Vasenga, class. Lo'u fayaonga, my teacher. La'uaonga, my school. Lo'u poto, lo'u atamai, my knowledge, my understanding, my intellect. Lo'u. You see the difference? Fa'atanunga, la'u fa'atanunga, my directions or my command. Compare that to my obedience. It will be lo'u usitai. La'u vasenga, my class. Lo'u potu, my room. Ngarwenga, job. My job, la'u ngarwenga. My responsibilities, lo'u duty. My duties, my responsibilities. Let's compare TV, computer, Roku, iPad, laptop, iPhone, all these things that we own, they're outside. But compare that with alunga, my pillow, afu, my sheet, moenga, my bed. Lo'u alunga, lo'u afu, lo'u moenga. Okay, and I hope I've made it understood through these examples, but I'd be happy to know what you think. Reply, share it with somebody you think might need this. Subscribe, and I will be posting a lot more videos than this. And I really hope that they help with those who are yearning to learn the language. But this is it for this time, and God bless you all. Thank you. Bye.